Welcome. You are about to take a journey to a place of the divine love within with Debara Bruhn Towt on the Love by Intuition show. For the next hour, allow her to prepare you in becoming a magnet for a profound love-infused relationship by identifying and focusing on solutions through love. Awaken the light within and let your essence shine. And now, here's Debara Bruhn Towt on Love by Intuition, all part of the Dream Vision 7 radio network.
Welcome, everyone. Bonjour, mes amis. And yes, here I am, Debara Bruhn Towt, host of the Love by Intuition show, owner of the Dream Vision 7 radio network and the Kids for Love project. And we are excited to be with you this moment, and this is a live Love by Intuition show here at a special time at 5 p.m. So if you're listening for the first time, Dream Vision 7 Radio Network is a syndicated Boston-based internet radio station with all the bells and whistles to listen in your car or at your home or on your mobile devices. You can listen to the station on Alexa. You can also you can listen on demand. There's so many different ways that you can listen. So it's all good, and we are the media partner for the Omega Institute to boot. So you will hear coming up starting next week commercials that will be promoting different workshops that you, the listener, can attend at 20% off. So keep tuned in to that. I am welcoming back Debara Bruhn Towt. She is one of our hosts. She hosts the Second Genesis Awakening that is every Monday, 12 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Time. She's also a songwriter and a singer, and she has a beautiful voice, and one of these days I'm going to ask her to just sing right this minute. But today we're going to talk more about recipes, plant-based diet, nutrition. We had her on the show a little while ago. I think it was January, and we just had to have her back because there's just so much information to share with you, the listener. You can go on the Dream Vision 7 network, Dream Visions, all one word with an S on the end, the number 7, radio.com, and search for Debara. Debara, and up will come the shows that she has done with on my show, as well as her own. So, welcome to the show again, Debara.
Debara, hi. It's so great to be with you again, and thanks for having me back. And
yes.
I just so enjoyed the show we did, and just being able to be with all the new things that are happening with plant-based. And also, we were talking a lot about gluten-free last time and all the recipes, and just yummy time. A yummy time.
And there's so much information to be shared, and everyone has to resonate with what... Well, I shouldn't say resonate. Everyone has to go in the direction that feels most comfortable with them. And many of the younger generations are more tuned into quality, plant-based, real food than I think the generations before. Maybe my generation, our generation back in the day, everything was grown from the garden and everything was natural and organic. But I think it's coming back, like the millennials are reactivating the real food. How do you feel about that?
I do. I've taught a lot of talks with a lot of them, and my friend here in southern Utah that does our humanity gardens and Susan Whiting, we were talking yesterday, and one of her students that where she taught school at the college is doing an interview on her about her organic garden, and I thought that was really neat because they wanted to share more of that with everyone when they're millennials. So I found that very exciting that they're coming forward and being so innovative and wanting to learn, and that they too are involved on those levels. Next, it will be in April, we're going to have on the Second Genesis family that are out in Ohio, and the whole family has changed their lifestyle, and they are doing a taco stand, which is all vegan, and right there off the road. It's a little community, but we get to hear about what's inspired them, and and they're millennials too, and they're doing organic gardening. So most of their food in the summertime, they'll be telling us about what encouraged them and why they made the change. And some of their children, I'm not sure how many, but I'm pretty sure they have around 5 children, and some are the youngest are vegan. And so it's just interesting, and how that works in a family.
Right. And it does. From years ago, so many people were vegans, and it was more accepted back then. And then then you didn't hear so much about it. But back in the day, I remember a number of our friends were, grew up, kids and all, vegan, and that was it. So, but I wanted to ask you some questions about what your thoughts are. First of all, we were talking earlier about probiotics, and for myself,
tell me
personally,
about yours also. Yeah, because that's a great conversation.
Yeah, I've been doing probiotics forever, it seems, and my girls have as well. And I used to buy at Whole Foods, in the refrigerated section. And then someone along the way had connected me to a company called Natron. And they've been around they're on the West Coast, and they've been around for 30 years, I believe. And so it's a powder that's dairy-free and gluten-free, and you just mix it with warm water, and you can do it 2 or 3 times a day. Now, that's what we do, but I wanted to ask you, because you're so an expert in all the different foods, what
I don't know if I'm an expert, but I'm definitely a scientist.
Good. Yeah. So what foods can if someone wants to add more probiotics to their menu, what foods would you eat to enhance probiotics and have it work the same way in your body?
Well, a lot of people I have even around me that are doing the sauerkraut, and it's fermented cabbage, and it's popular in Eastern Europe countries. It's rich with potassium and vitamin C and K, and so in that probiotics, you're letting finely chopped cabbage get highly concentrated in kind of a salt water solution. And then, of course, it's going to take out of that, I don't even know how you say it exactly, but the bacteria, and I like to call it gunk, fungi, all that we're letting go to convert the sugars into lactic acid. So the results is, I love it. I love to eat sauerkraut. I don't know, I've always liked it, but then my grandfather was a German, and I had that. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm really excited. Excuse me about my voice. That's what brought us to the conversation about probiotics and that, because I'm doing a cleanse and doing our protocol from the Second Genesis diet, and I've been drinking a lot of teas that are just, and I said teas, that's Teas, teas, and I've been drinking them a lot during this winter, and for how do you say it, UTIs? But mine is for my kidneys. I'm really working on giving it nutrition, and so we got onto the subject about probiotics. And it was like a day and a half ago, you can hit a saturation point in anything. And so I know that my body is saturated with teas right now, and what it's doing is it's in my cleanse this time, it's going more into my throat, because it's like a diuretic, using it for so long, and so it's actually just going in and getting rid of all the mucus around there, and it's very thorough. But if I were to say that, most people would go, oh my goodness, you sure you don't have a cold? And it's very difficult to explain the difference between a cleanse and and an illness. But once you get used to it, then you know that what you've been doing to your body, what you're feeding your body, and your main diet, and then you know that you're what's happening to you, and you have much more confidence in what's going on. I have found that too. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
No, go ahead, Deborah. What did you find?
I was just going to interject with, for those that may not be familiar with probiotics or any kinds of cleanses, if you feel as though you're not feeling good, because even with with a good real probiotic like Natron, what happens is when you first start off, you might feel a little queasy, you might have go to the bathroom a little more. All kinds of things may happen, and you're like, oh, this feels awful, but it's the bacteria that's dying off. Isn't that true?
That is exactly what it's doing. And a lot of people are like, well, the body sloughs off, and it's always been kind of a natural thing that it cleanses, and that's why we would say we're going through a cleanse. Or when we think we're getting colds, yes, there's the germs and all of that, but the body has to get rid of it. The body knows what to do. So the body's cleansing off all of that toxins, anything that's it destroys. It just says, I don't want that, so it can have the beneficial bacteria. And that's the same thing that we're talking about with our probiotics. There's a lot of things with that. So that all interacts because the body is I used to love this scripture, and I don't want to go too much into it, but it's all sacred to me. But the lung can't say to the heart, I have no need of you. It's like everything works in harmony. And that's what we want. Every part of our body knows what to do. It's intelligent. That's why we're feeding the body intelligence. The more living we can have is the way we feel it. The second Genesis diet is life. It begets life, or that it is all about good flora. And plant-based is to bring us back into more of a harmony and a vibration. And I've noticed that was a lot of ands, but I do notice that that's what is happening. And so it's an interesting day today to have me come on, and I'm like, oh, my goodness, I'm cleansing. And it's been a while since I've had a cleanse like this. Actually, it's been many years. And but I welcome it. I think it's the good news, just like anything that when we know we're releasing toxins or letting go, then, yay, that's the good news.
Right. And how long does it, from what I know, and I don't know the details professionally, but it takes like a few days, 3 to 5 days for that bacteria to kind of dissipate and start feeling better.
Right.
From my understanding.
Correct.
So it's hang in there. Hey, everyone should hang in there, even when you're doing it with your kids, because I have to say especially too, if you're buying yogurt, if you're buying over the counter probiotics that are on the shelf, it's really not a true probiotic. And then there's those that have 10% probiotics. So we're really talking about the real deal. Which I want to make sure it's heard.
Oh, I like talking with you. I love the way you say that, because that's what we're talking about, the real deal.
The real deal. So
and I did want to mention.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. I wanted to mention pickled vegetables also. I love like I can't say that right now. Red bell peppers, green beans, radishes, carrots, cauliflower.